Blessings, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining me today for practice. I have Sam with me. Fritz is somewhere. He might join us, he might not. That's okay. I have a really low to the floor practice for you today. It is snowing here, so a week ago I was in shorts. Today I'm in all the things. So let's just give ourselves a moment to nourish ourselves. I know when it gets cold, I like to hibernate a little bit more. So we're just going to come down to our mats and just be really gentle with ourselves. If you have any blankets or a bolster, you can go ahead and grab those things. They would probably be very beneficial. If you don't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You don't necessarily need blocks or anything else. So this is going to be just a really nice, gentle practice. We are going to come to a cross-legged seat to start. So just whatever's comfortable for you. You can use a pillow or a bolster to sit on or a blanket if you'd like. Move, please. And what this does is it's just going to elevate your hips above your knees, and it's a little bit more gentle on your knees. So go ahead and find a seat that's comfortable for you. Hands can be facing up or down, just again, whatever is most comfortable in your body today. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. And then just start to focus on your breath. As you feel the air coming in through your nostrils, just notice how it feels nice and cool. And then as you exhale, notice the warmth of the breath going out. Just going to take this time to get grounded and centered before we start our practice. We'll take one more big inhale together. Exhale, let it all go. And then when you're ready, you can come back to the world around you, or you can open your eyes if they were closed. We're going to warm up a little bit through the body, so just to bring some movement still, even though this is a really gentle practice. So to start, you'll bring your chest forward, and then just circle it around, and then as you come back, really round through your spine, and then come forward. So just some torso circles. So it's kind of like our cat-cow poses. So we'll just do this a few times before we move directions here. Sam is very excited today to be doing this practice. And the next time you come forward, let's go ahead and reverse our circles. So just coming back and then through, really shining our chest space forward, and then contracting as we move back. I don't know what he's doing. And then when you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring it to stillness. And then we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a shoulder massage. So just some self-care. So you can just take one hand to your shoulder, your traps, and just massage. You can do both hands, whatever feels good to you. I'm gonna try and get him to calm down. He's a little excited. I have no idea why. He's excited to be here today, to be alive. There's a lot going on in the world right now. If you're practicing this in real time with me, and it's really easy to just go and go and go and not to rest. So this practice is more about resting and just kind of relaxing a little bit more. If you're only doing one side, go ahead and switch to the other side. Keep breathing as you do this. And when there's so much going on, it's really easy to put our own self-care to the back burner and not nourish ourselves and our bodies. So thank you for taking the time to take this break and this pause with me and with Sam today. It is snowing here again. And it's been a crazy week, so the snow is really kind of helping to slow everything down. You're just here. I know there's a lot of kids off of school today and tomorrow before the weekend, so taking a few moments to nourish ourselves is greatly beneficial. All right, when you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring your hands down. You can kind of loop your shoulders, see how everything feels, see if it's a little looser. And when you're ready, let's extend our right leg out. We're going to bend our left leg and keep our foot in, just bring it in. Now, if it doesn't go as far in, that's okay. And if your foot doesn't go all the way out, that's okay too. Just go to where it feels comfortable to you. Okay, you have to let me do this. Go away. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and take our right hand, bring that alongside the inside of your right leg, or the leg that's extended if you have your left leg extended. And then we're going to bring our left arm to our hip. And then just kind of just twist your torso over towards that left side. Keep your chest nice and lifted, looking up. Breathe. Okay, go on. Goodbye. Just take a couple breaths here. You don't have to go super far. It's more important to keep your chest lifted up towards the ceiling than to try and come down further and collapse in your chest. When you're ready, take your left hand and just take it kind of behind your head and then lift it up and over. So you should feel a nice stretch in your left side body. Breathe here. Sitting down, yay. And keep your toes active on your right side. One more breath here. And then exhale, go ahead and shift your body over towards your extended leg. Inhale, come up kind of like a flat back in a forward fold. And then exhale, go ahead and stretch down towards this extended leg. Now, you don't have to go all the way down and around through your back to get your head to your knee. Just go to wherever it feels comfortable to you. You know, if you can grab your foot, you can. If you want to grab a toe, you can, your pant leg. You just want to put your hands on either side of your leg. Make sure to keep light still in your back. So again, don't round and collapse. So still chest nice and lifted. Take a couple breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, if you'd like to fold over and round through the back, go ahead and do so just wherever you're at today. And breathe. We'll take one more inhale together. And then on the exhale, go ahead and walk it back up. And then we're gonna switch legs. So I'm gonna bring my right leg in and I'm just gonna extend my left leg out here. So move around if you need to, make any adjustments that you need to. And when you're ready, again, we're gonna take our left hand to the inside of our left knee and then just spiral our chest up towards the ceiling. Now you can look up towards the ceiling or you can look down at your hand. Either way is fine. But wherever you're at, just make sure you're breathing. Again, you should feel a nice stretch in this right side body. I feel it a lot in my hip. My hips are pretty tight. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take our right hand and just sweep that up. Now, if you'd like, you can see if you can grab your toe. I cannot grab my toe and keep the posture, so I'm not going to even try. Just sit here and breathe. Take one more big inhale here. And on the exhale, we will turn towards our extended leg. So inhale, come up a little bit. Make sure you have a nice flat back. And then on the exhale, you can walk your hands forward. You can grab onto your foot, pant leg, anything else, or you can just keep your hands on the floor. And we'll just breathe. Stay nice and up first, and then we'll round forward and get a little release in our lower back. One more big inhale here. And exhale, go ahead and let it all go. Just round forward and breathe. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, let's walk it back. And we're gonna take our extended foot and then bring that in. Instead of going into a cross-legged position, go ahead and bring your feet together into a cobbler's pose. So we'll sit up nice and straight and tall to start. Now, if your legs do not, if your knees aren't as flat to the ground as mine are, that's okay. You can take blocks and you can place them underneath your knees to bring the ground up to you. So go wherever it feels comfortable to you. Also, my feet are really close to my body. If this isn't accessible to you, if you don't have that mobility, you can also just lengthen your feet further away from your body, and that will kind of reduce some of that tension. So again, listen to your body today and make any adjustments so that it feels really good in your body. This is a nice big hip opener. So we're just releasing some stress and tension from there. You can even give yourself a little foot massage while we're here and breathing. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and just kind of round it forward. So only go as far as feels comfortable to you. You can Bring your hands down, you can smell your feet, you can bring your forehead to your hands, and just kind of round over. And then when you're down here, just breathe. And really breathe into your back body. Really feel that expansion throughout the back. We'll take one more big inhale here. And exhale, go ahead and come back up. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a flow, not anything crazy today. And again, you don't necessarily need your blocks at all. You have them handy just in case you feel like you might need them for some of this, but otherwise you shouldn't need it. We're not gonna be coming to standing at all in this practice. So we're gonna go ahead and go to, we'll start in all fours or tabletop to start. If you'd like to keep your blanket with you, you can. My mat's a little bit thin, so I am today just to kind of cushion my knees a little bit. So nice flat back on all fours. And then wherever you're at, go ahead and walk your hands just one handprint in front of where they are. We're gonna tuck our toes under. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and lift your knees up off the mat. And on the exhale, straighten through the legs, shift the hips up, back, and down, coming into our first down dog. You can bend one knee and straighten the other and kind of walk your dog for a few breaths. Just bringing some heat and some energy into the legs. And when you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring it to stillness. And it's okay if your heels don't touch the mat, that's perfectly fine. All right, whenever you are ready, let's go ahead and lift our right leg up, keeping the toes dialed down. On an inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll bend through the knee, shift forward, look forward, and we'll just step our right foot in between our hands, lower that left foot down and untuck the toes. So we're gonna come into a little low lunge here. So your front leg should be at a 90-degree angle, and you should be able to see your big toe. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Again, this is where if you'd like to use blocks to kind of lift up a little bit, you can and feel a nice deep stretch in that left quad you can and kind of groin area. Take just a couple breaths here. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, let it go. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and place your left palm onto the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're going to turn our torso towards the inside of our right leg. Now you can stay here with your hand on your hip, or you can extend that right leg out towards the ceiling, coming into a twist. And breathe here. One more big inhale here. And exhale, go ahead and return back to your low lunge. Now from here, we will shift our hips back, peel the right toes up from the mat, pointing your toes towards your forehead, and you'll feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Again, you can use blocks to bring the ground up to you here for your hands if you'd like. Otherwise, you can come up to your fingertips and just keep a nice lift in your chest here. And don't forget to breathe. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale, go ahead and walk the hands forward, roll back through that front leg, and then we're going to take that right foot, And just come back to our tabletop position. From here, you can take any movements that feel good to you, so you can just kind of move side to side, or just, again, whatever feels good to you and natural. Right, now we have to do the same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and walk our hands, just one handprint in front of where they were. We're going to tuck our toes under. On an inhale, let's lift our knees up off the mat. And then on the exhale, let's straighten through the legs and then shift backwards. So coming into our downward dog. And then from here, just make sure you're still breathing. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift your left leg up, toes pointed down. And on the exhale, bend through that left knee, shift forward, look forward. We're going to step our left foot in between our hands and then lower down onto that right foot, untucking the toes. And again, we're going to come into our nice low lunge here. So again, just make sure you're breathing. Use any props that feel good to you. Make sure that you're at a nice 90-degree angle in this front leg. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, let it go. This time, let's place our right palm down on the mat. And then we're going to shift our torso towards the inside of our left leg. You can lift that left arm up towards the sky, coming into a nice twist. Breathe. You can either be looking down at the mat or up at your hand. Take one more big inhale here. And on the exhale, let's float our hand back down to the mat. And then we're going to shift our hips back, peeling our left toes up off the mat, pointing our toes towards our forehead. So getting a nice hamstring stretch in this left side. And breathe. One more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, let's go ahead and shift forward, rolling forward back into that low lunge. And then we will take our left leg and come back to our tabletop. Now from here, I am going to go ahead and remove my blanket. We are almost done, actually. So wherever you're at, we're going to do one strengthening pose, just one. So go ahead and make sure your hands are firmly in the mat. Extend the right leg back, and then the left leg. We're going to do one plank for just a few breaths. So make sure you're in a nice straight line. Make sure your hips aren't dipping down and that they're not coming up. So just a nice straight line here. Look down at the mat. Breathe. If you're shaking, that's okay. One more big inhale. And then on the exhale, go ahead and lower your knees to the mat. Bring your knees as wide as your mat, big toes to touch, look forward. Inhale, and then on the exhale, let's shift our hips back, walking our hands forward and bringing our forehead down to the mat. Extended child's pose. Now, if this version doesn't feel right to you, you can, giving everyone a show here apparently, you can bring a block and bring that to your forehead, just to bring the ground up to you. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, let it all go. When you're ready, you can walk it back up. And then we will shift and turn to go into our final pose. So we're going to go into a nice Shavasana. So set up to your most comfortable Shavasana for you. So you can have a bolster underneath your thighs, any blankets that you might want to cover up with, anything like that. But just make sure to take up space on your mat. Let your arms fall out at your sides. You can close down the eyes. And then just take this time to relax and refresh. And before we know it, it's going to be spring and nice out and beautiful. And we'll be able to go like we want to. But for now, let's just honor this season and take this time to kind of hibernate and go within and really rest and have this time to restore ourselves and our bodies. So while you're here, go ahead and focus on your breath. You can close down the eyes if it feels comfortable to you. We won't be here too long. And we'll go quiet here in a moment. But I will bring you back out when that time comes. So just relax and rest. Everything will still be waiting for you when you're done. So the card I pulled for today's practice is Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. And its message is, are you giving in order to receive in kind, keeping tally of how much you have given and what is owed to you? This is not the way to experience abundance. When Turkey Spirit is in the protection position, it is a reminder to let go of any perception of scarcity or fear that if you give too much, you will not have enough for yourself. Use your spiritual practices to reconnect with Spirit and remember how it feels to embody abundance, and you will give as much as is needed right now. Know that whatever you need to fill your stores is coming to you right now. Love, prosperity, knowledge, and assistance from allies who are everywhere and want you to be the abundance you seek. Turkey Spirit is here to tell you that everything evens out when you are aligned with the law of abundance, as Spirit wants you to be. Abundance is yours. All right, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana, stay as long as time allows. If you need to get going with your day, then go ahead and slowly start to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing life back into them. When you're ready, go ahead and place your feet on the mat. Keep your knees bent. And from there, go ahead and roll gently to whatever side is your favorite side, and then just kind of sit in a fetal position for a moment. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly push yourself up to a seated position, bringing your head and neck up last. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes to the world around you. So thank you so much for spending your time and your energy and your practice with me. I hope that this was restorative for you and resting. And wherever you're at in the world, whenever you're practicing this, I hope you have a fantastic week. I will see you next week. Namaste.